Good morning, artists. I'm Miss Kim. I said morning again, even though it might not be morning where you are, just because I'm so excited to be here with you. Today we are drawing a praying mantis, and I'm super excited to be drawing a bug. I love bugs. They are a favorite of mine. Entomology is so wonderful, and this special request was made by a young man, an artist in Alabama. His name is Nolan Beard, and so today, because of Nolan, we are going to be drawing a praying mantis. And then we're going to be singing a song about a praying mantis. And I am just super excited because, again, I love bugs. It was such a cool request. And I'm always happy when I can draw a cool bug. So, we have our pencil sharpeners. We have our black and white colored pencils. And I actually have 2 black colored pencils today because I went searching. We have yellow colored pencils. We have a bunch of greens. The praying mantis comes in all sorts of colors, and they can change colors, but today we're drawing a green one. So I have greens, and I have a little bit of like a mauve brown because for the accents on the legs and the mandibles and the edges of its arms, we're going to need a little bit of an accent color, a different color. So we have like a mauve, purple. Hi guys! Hi Braxton, Bexley, and Aubrey! Thank you so much for being here with me today and drawing a bug with Miss Kim. We're drawing a praying mantis, so I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to get started. All right, let's go. So, today we are starting out on the top left side of the paper to draw the head of the mantis because we need a lot of space for its longer legs. So we're going to bring it down at the bottom of the paper. So top left of the paper for the head of the praying mantis, we're going to start with its big bug eyes. And let's see, I'm actually going to maybe start with a green today as opposed to a brown or a black colored pencil, which I usually use. We're going to use green because the mantis is primarily green. So that just makes sense, and this is a little bit of a darker color. So we're going to start with one eye here. And they sort of look like big seeds, if you've ever seen like a pumpkin seed or any sort of like a sesame seed. So we have one big seed of an eyeball. This is a compound eye. A praying mantis actually has 5 eyes. They have 2 big compound eyes, and then they have 3 smaller eyes. So we're going to draw 2 of these eyes because the mantis, like you and I, have 2 big eyes. We don't have extra eyes as humans. That might be weird. But so these are little seed shapes for the eye. And then the head comes down kind of into a triangle. So we're going to start at the center of this eye here. Do the top part of the mantis head. Just like that. So it sort of comes down into a rounded triangle like this. And then we're going to draw the top of the head, which connects these 2 eyes. So it's a little bit of a flatter line, not completely flat. But it helps us to connect the top of these 2 eyes. And then while we're up here, we're going to do, in the center of the head, 1 little U, 2 little U's, and that's where the antennae of the praying mantis come out. And you can draw these any which way. I'm going to go off the photo I'm looking at to help you draw. So we're going to draw 1 antenna, and then we're going to draw 2 antenna, and then you can cross them if you'd like. Again, these don't have to be going the same way as Miss Kim is drawing them, but at least you have them because that's a crucial part of the praying mantis. Let's get back to the face. We're going to draw 1 more line from the bottom of the eye inside the face to the other side of the eye. There we go, just doing a little bit of mapping, a little bit of layout. We're going to draw 2 little mandibles on each side of the mouth. So there's one like that, and on the other side, just like that. They almost look like little vampire teeth, but the praying mantis is a skilled hunter, so that makes sense. Underneath this left eye here, we're going to draw the rest of the face, which comes down underneath this mouth part, and then also this one, and then it sort of comes back up a little bit, but you don't really see it that well. All right, so we have the basic mantis face and the antenna and the eyes. We're going to start on the body. So you know what a praying mantis looks like, right? So we're going to start on these really cool arms. Let's start on the left side of the body because I just tend to work left to right a lot of the time. So we're going to start up underneath the face and start with the first arm. It comes down to the mantis elbow. I don't know if that's what it's actually called with the mantis, but for the sake of just this quick explanation, that's what we'll call it. So we have one mantis elbow, and we're going to take that line all the way back up here, and we're going to cross it off. It doesn't mean that it's disconnected. It's just the way that the mantis body works. There are just different compartments, and there are clearer lines, clearer lines that change over the body than what you would see with a puppy or like a panda or anything like that. So here we have one. We're going to go on the other side and sort of mimic that and draw the other just down to the elbow. There we go. Let's come up and do the cool part. Each mantis arm has a little bit, has like a little flap of a joint like that. There we go. And what this is going to do is start with the rest of the arm. We're going to come up near the eye. All right, so we have almost one arm done. We're going to come on the other side and do the exact same thing, which is a little bit of different positioning. So this arm is actually going to go right up next to the head of the mantis. So it's a little bit different in the position because this arm doesn't touch the head, but this one does. And then we're going to draw the really cool part of the mantis, which are those claws. So let's bring this arm, and we're almost done with the arms, back down like that. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Nolan. Thank you for joining us and for suggesting such a cool subject to draw today. There we go. If you missed the beginning of it, I'm going to post it on my page in a few minutes here, and we can go back and start from the beginning. So there's one arm. Let's draw the little claw on the other side of the mantis, on the other arm, just like that. And it does still have that sharp edge that comes down. So there we go. So we pretty much have like the top part of the body. Let's continue on. These look like they're floating in space right now. So let's connect them from the bottom of the head. We're going to draw a line that overlaps that arm a little bit. There we go. We're drawing the top part of the body on the mantis, which is the prothorax. And then even though we're going behind the arm here, we don't have to draw over the arm. We're coming out the bottom. I'm going to make a line right like that, which is pretty much even with the, quote, elbows of the praying mantis arm. Now we're going to move on to the meso and metathorax and the abdomen. So we're going to draw a little shape just like this, and then this is going to become a little triangle. Because again, the compartments, the different parts of the body on a bug, you can just see them a little bit better. They're a little more distinguished. They're a little bit more defined than what you would see with another animal because of maybe fur or just because of, bone structure. So we have this at the end, but that's not the end of the body. We're still going to go a little bit further with it. So from this point here, We're going to draw the bottom half, the abdomen, or this is probably the mesothorax here, because the abdomen would be in the back. And we're going to do it on a little bit of an angle. Let me zoom out. And this shape is going to kind of end just like the bottom of the mouth of the bottom of the head of the praying mantis. It's going to end sort of in two triangle shapes, because these two triangle shapes are going to be where the legs come out of the mantis. So let's just, you know, be aware of that. And that's why it looks maybe funny at the moment, because we have not drawn in those mantis legs yet. So it's going to kind of come to an end like that. Behind this arm and behind this thorax, we're going to draw the abdomen, which is sort of just a circular and it's going to connect behind the legs here. All right, very nice. And we're almost done with the outline, so just stick with me. I know bugs are harder to draw. There's just a lot going on. They're very complex. So with this back part of the praying mantis, we're going to draw some abdomen lines, some dividers. They're just going to go across that back part of the body like that. There we go. Very nice. Now let's get the legs in and let's start to color. So we're going to start over here. We're going to draw a little pocket for a leg right there. And then it's going to look kind of goofy, but bear with me. There we go. We're going to draw kind of a stick shape out and away from the body. It's going to then move down towards the bottom of the paper and have one more piece, there we go, where that bottom foot's going to be. We're going to do this 3 more times. Our second leg comes up into the body, in front of the body of the mantis, and comes straight out like that. And then we have that little foot that lands there. Very nice. Now let's get to the 2 other legs so we can start coloring in our really cool praying mantis and get some detail on there. This one's a long one, guys, so bear with me. All right, we have the first section of that leg. Then we're going to bring that down towards the end of the paper a little bit, the bottom of the paper. And we're going to draw the foot, which is just flat, and it is close to the bottom of the paper here, and we have one more that just sort of sticks out and goes back a little bit. So those are the mantis legs. All right, so we have the outline of a mantis. Thank you for sticking with me, because I know this is hard and you guys have just been doing such a good job, and I'm so proud of all the artwork that I've been seeing. So let's get back to the face of the mantis. And if you need a little more time, this will be posted on my page. Right now, I'm using a black colored pencil, but we're not going to use it for long. We're just going to do a few quick things that are going to really bring this mantis to life. So, the eyes of the mantis are not like the other animals that we have been drawing. We're going to take this black colored pencil, and we're just going to draw a tiny little dot, like that. And then, on this side, a tiny little dot like that. But do you see how it already makes it look like it's staring at something? Do you see how that little accent just really brought that mantis to life? So we're going to continue on with the little detailing with our black colored pencil. We're going to draw a line around the mouth of the mantis, and then one more on the bottom part of the jaw. All right, so we have what we need with the black colored pencil on the face of the mantis. We're going to move on to the claws, and we're going to draw sharp little spikes with this. Sorry, I just love bugs so much, you guys. We're going to draw sharp little spikies. We're going to draw sharp little spikes up the arm of the mantis on one side, and then, guess what? Because we did it on one side, we're going to do it on the other side. We're going to draw sharp little black spikes on the other side of his arm. Kevin, I hope you draw with us. There we go. There we go. All right, now since we got those really, really important little details in, I'm going to switch back to a green colored pencil. We're going to go back to the dark green. All right, it's two-sided. You can use one-sided if you want. And we're going to start coloring in. Now at the bottom of the eye, it's going to be a little bit darker. And we want to really, really portray that it's rounded. So when you're shading, you can sort of go around the outside of the eye like that. And then we're going to do that the same way on this side. And we're just going to make sort of rounded shading shapes. Also, we're going to bring that darker color underneath the eye of the mantis and just detail in some areas of the face, bringing that down to the mandible, bringing it back up. These are just the little compartments, the little shapes on the mantis face, but it almost looks like a nose and he's smiling, doesn't it? Kind of silly. All right. Getting in, and again, these are just quick lines back and forth, and it depends on how dark you get, depends on how dark, how much you press down. So if I'm pressing down really hard, you see it's showing up darker than if I'm just going really light at it, at the piece of paper. So we're just going to do some shading on the face here. There we go. All right, we're going to move on to the arms of the mantis, the arms and the body. So we're going to make the area of the arm darker, closer to the body. So the area that's darker on the arm is going to be close to the body here, and then underneath the claws, those sharp spikes there. Going to go underneath the neck and darken that up a bit, because this area of the body is not getting as much light because the head is obscuring it. The head of the mantis is covering up this area of the body, so it's not getting as much light, as much natural light. So we're just going to color in to show that. And we can kind of color all of this darker. This first part of the body, the prothorax, we're just going to color that a bit darker. And I hope I get to see all your drawings when you're done today. That would be very lovely. Let's move on to this side of the arm. There we go. And we only have a few more episodes left for this season of Drawstrings, but they're all going to be really great. And if you're looking for an old episode, they are all on my timeline. That's pretty much the only thing I have on my timeline right now are the backlogs of those old episodes. So today this one will go up, and then you can take all the courses if you would like and draw everything that we've drawn so far on this show. And color that in. Very nice. And we're just going to move the coloring down with this green colored pencil, the dark green. We're just going to color down the body of the praying mantis. Just like that. Can't forget those wings on the mantis. And then this area is actually darker again because light's being obscured. You're not seeing as much. It's not getting as much light. So that is going to be darker. Very nice, very nice. All right, going to get that colored in. And then this area here is part of the leg, so that's going to be a little bit of a different color. Let's get behind this arm, this claw of the mantis here to the back of the body, the back of this abdomen. And remember, we had those lines drawn in, so let's keep those there because that helps us keep it realistic and show the sections of the abdomen. So we can just darken those up as we go. There we are. And this part under here is a little darker where it connects. And you can see too, not just on bugs, but on all animals, there usually is a bit more shading. There's a bit more shadow on the parts of the body that connect to the other parts. So these appendages, the arms that come off the main body of the mantis, where they connect, it's going to be a little bit darker because there are creases, there are folds, there are shadows that don't happen when there's a part of the body that's just out and getting that direct light. All right. Let's switch to a little bit of a lighter green. And we're just going to go over the entire mantis with a lighter green. We can color in the eyes. All of the eye of the mantis, that's entirely green. So we can color all of that right in. We can color in the other eye. Really nice. And then we can color in the whole face. I'm just going lightly over everything we've drawn in so far. All right, going back to this claw, back to the arm. And I'm turning my pencil to the side so I'm getting a more broad color. I'm covering more space in less time than if I just had the pencil straight up and down against the paper. Can you see the difference? This is so much thicker than this really thin line. So again, just quick, we're going and coloring in the entire body green, and you can go over the dark green with this light green. It helps to blend it. So just coloring this in. Coloring in all the spots we missed. Coloring in those legs, those little legs that help the mantis jump, help the mantis balance. They're small, but they're mighty. The mantis and the mantis legs. All right, coloring that in. Get this long leg back here. It's almost going off the paper. All right, now for a fun change, we're gonna pull up this mauve color, this sort of reddish brown, purpley reddish brown. It looks like the grasshopper has a little bit of a marking right in the center. So we're just gonna color that real quick and then move on to the legs. So it has a little bit of a color variation right there. And then on the legs, we're gonna use this mauve color, and you can color right over the green. It'll just blend really nicely. Getting the one part, the upper part of this leg here, that's experiencing some foreshortening. There we go. And then coloring in here. And this leg looks shorter too than it is because of the angle at which we're drawing. There we go. Oh, and I totally forgot. We're going to take this mauve color and we're going to put in a little color up on the mouth of the mantis because it does look like they have a little bit of mauve color there as well. All right. I just dropped a pencil, but good thing I had a backup. So we're going to take yellow and then go over all the green as well. And I think yellow might be our substitute today for white, because the mantis is so yellowy and so green. The yellow is lighter than all the green, so it is going to help you blend those colors, even though it's not a pure white colored pencil. We're just going to do a quick pass over this green as well. And again, just really quick shading. I'm pressing down kind of hard, but not super duper. I'm not using all my strength. Just trying to do a really quick pass here. There we go. Very nice. And real quick, just to finish this up, this cool mantis, I'm going to go back to our handy dandy black colored pencil. And I'm just going to outline some stuff, because when you're outlining this, it gives it some depth and some dynamic. It helps you separate the parts that may have gotten a little muddied, that may have gotten a little lost in translation, because we're using so many colors and we're trying to accomplish such a crazy feat in such a short amount of time. So again, just outlining, going over everything with a little bit of this black colored pencil here. Doing a tiny little bit of just residual shading before we wrap up our drawing lesson today. And again, I hope I get to see all your drawings. I get so excited when I get to see your drawings. You're all such good artists. And if you would like to take any previous classes, everything is on my page. We do have a few more classes for this season of Drawstrings, so I hope that you tune in with us in the future. And I hope you're having fun. And even if you're not drawing along, that's okay too, because I think that it's still educational. You're still learning something. You're seeing piece by piece how things are put together and how things work, at least the way I do it. There's a million different ways to execute and draw and figure out art. So this is just my very humble attempt at creating some artwork for you, and this is how I do it. And everyone has a different process. So quickly, we're just finishing up this mantis. He's such a cool guy. Have you guys ever seen a mantis in real life? Have you ever found one in your yard? Have you ever gone, oh my goodness, what is that thing? It looks like an alien, but it's a bug. It's a praying mantis. And they are some cool bugs, that is for sure. All right, and it looks like we have our praying mantis for the day. So I'm going to turn around the camera and we're going to sing a song about what we just learned to draw, which is the praying mantis. Hi everyone, I hope you had fun drawing with me today. We're going to sing a song about facts that we learned about the praying mantis, and I'm super excited to sing it, and I hope you stick around, and I will sing you this thanks to Nolan, who is in Alabama. He made a really cool request for our drawstrings today. So here we go. I'm a mantis, I'm kinda like a cat. Scientists think so, can you imagine that? I jump with precision, I have great vision, I make swift work of my prey. Patient and steady, I strike when I'm ready, and I camouflage in place. I see in 3D, I have a phobia. A phobia is a concentrated area that allows me to focus. Aside from my two large compound eyes, I have 3 more eyes in between. So when I have you in my sights, you'll see just what I mean. I'm a mantis, I'm kinda like a cat. Scientists think so, can you imagine that? I jump with precision, I have great vision, I make swift work of my prey. Patient and steady, I strike when I'm ready, and I camouflage Sometimes